Here we are, another podcast. Just short, just 5 minutes. I make no apologies for the clickbait title. Are you getting enough? Well, we're talking about sleep and the quality of sleep and the things you can do running up to bedtime that are going to help you get a more restful night's sleep. So, I feel like a lot of the time people struggle because they do everything, do all the jobs, eat all the food, watch all the programs, and then go and lie in bed and expect to just drift off straight away. And we need to just be a little bit more savvy with our approach before bedtime and the things we do in the day to make sure that we're going to have a restful night's sleep and we're ready to go. We know the classic book about sleep from Matthew Walker. It was out there, and basically it was just a list of all the benefits of sleep, really. There weren't a massive amounts of practical things you can do. Obviously everyone has different lives and different run-ups and different habits and schedules, so it's not the same for everyone, but let's try and look at some things if you are struggling to sleep and some habits that we can put in through the day that are going to make you feel better straight away. So environment is a big one. So the bedroom, ideally it'd be slightly cool, so we need to think about turning the heating off if you're hot. We know that in summertime people struggle to sleep, and that is affected also in the winter if you have the heating on full blast. Big duvet on, you're going to be hot, you're going to be restless. So we need it to be slightly cool. Obviously everyone has different set temperatures and what have you, but we need some cool. While being comfortable, don't be cold. That'd be ridiculous. Fresh air. So can we open the window before so it's not too stuffy and keep it open? Obviously that's going to be a struggle if you live in a bungalow. You don't want to be sleeping with a window open in case a man comes in with an axe. That would be bad. So a bit of fresh air before bed. Can we have the door open? Can we have some plants in there producing some oxygen to keep it nice and fresh? Window open, fresh air. Televisions and phones. Now, I'm openly addicted to social media and scrolling, and it doesn't affect me so much that I can just turn it off, put it down, and go to sleep. I'm lucky. Not everyone can. So maybe you need to have a limit. Certainly I wouldn't have the television on with the light. If you do need it on to drift off, I'd try having some stuff on. Certainly a timer that's going to click off so you don't wake up at 3 o'clock when you come out of one of your sleep cycles. And it's still on, and then it's a distraction. It's electric as well. So if my mind is racing, I like to put some music on my smart speaker that's in my bedroom with a 20-minute timer, and it just turns itself off. So I feel like that's useful to distract your brain, because sometimes it's your thoughts keeping you awake. It's not your physical body. It's what's going on in your mind. So a distraction from music, or distraction with music, apologies, that can be very useful to help you. Again, relaxation, going to bed, sometimes a hot shower can calm you down, be a nice little mental switch from daytime to nighttime. So hot shower can find relaxing. Back to technology, we are looking at things. Where am I going with technology? Yes, sorry, telephones. Make sure I like to have my telephone on flight mode. No one's going to ring me in the night. no one's going to contact me. I know I have got a couple of clients who have friends all over the world, and they like to phone them at silly times, and they like to answer, and then are tired the next day. So let's turn the phone off in the night, unless you're an emergency doctor, unless you've got poorly parents or poorly people in your life and you need to be onto them. But I think that's a real small percentage of people who might be watching this. So put your phone on flight mode. You don't need that distraction. Rest is a lot more important. You can catch up another time. There's always a window when you can catch up with people. Turn your phone off. No beeping. Get a good deep sleep. That's it. Hold on. Water. So all PTs bang on about staying hydrated and drinking a lot of water. What can happen as we get a bit older is we wake up in the night for a pee. So let's try and get your water and hydration in early. If you're drinking water deep into the evening, it's going to get into your bladder. You're going to get to sleep. If you are struggling for sleep, then you only need a little you might need a wee. And then once you've sowed that seed, you might need a wee. You're up and you're out, and then everything's gone. Okay? And then last, probably the main thing that people make a mistake in is caffeine, whether that's coffee habitually, whether that's tea habitually, or whether that's pre-workout. You're trying to get the most from your workout. That is going to block your sleep. That's going to give you poorer sleep. So poor sleep from caffeine. Find your cut-off time. So some people say 2, some people say 3, depending on what time you go to bed and you're working. Obviously I have clients into the evening, so I like to have a bit of caffeine, so I'm switched on for those people. But if we can switch that caffeine, stop having it 2 o'clock, maybe a good strong cut off for people, so that it's out of the system and your brain's starting to make you drowsy at night. That's what we want. Try not to push through with caffeine too regularly. It happens. We have things to get in, reports to do, social events, blah blah blah, so we want to be on it. But if you're regularly using caffeine after 3 o'clock, it's going to start clacking up on your sleep. And weak sleep steals from you quietly. It's a little pickpocket from you, so it affects you the next day and you don't really notice, and then it adds up. So caffeine is a big one that we need to be aware of and manage. So get that cut off in and be strict with yourself. There's lots of other things we can do, but I want to keep this one short because we're a little bit longer than we usually are. Have a nice life. You can find me all over socials. I appreciate the likes and the subscribes and the clicks and the comments. Kind regards. Have a nice life.